There are three basic types, Mr. Pizer: the wills, the won'ts, and the can'ts. The wills accomplish everything, the won'ts oppose everything, and the can'ts won't try anything.
Well, do us all a favor, Vincent, and try to be a can't, especially where that monster's concerned. We need you, not another corkscrew.
Hey, look at that.
Oh.
Are we good to go?
Mm-hmm.
All right, everybody. We'll do it. We'll do it live. This is Bo. I'm one of the admins on Blades and Blasters. We're going to play some Android tonight. We have with us for the second time a new recruit. Hopefully, he'll be joining Blades and Blasters proper here in a couple months. We have Friendly Fire playing the Rain, and joining us tonight we have Tetnak playing the brutish, if not lovely, bioroid Azrael. And then slowing off some sick flips, ollies, 360, axle grinds, we got Matt playing Alvarez, skater chick extraordinaire, and a badass messenger girl. This is our third episode of the Hat Crash series. It's kind of a loosely joined together series of one-shots. And for all of everybody joining us tonight, it's a very cinematic game. The thing with Genesys is, like, the cooler you make it, I'm not going to say no to something awesome. So just roll with the punches, and we will have fun. Let's get started. And you guys let me know if for some reason your site's not working, okay?
Okay.
Kind of has a comic book feel to it. The color was purple, or was it violet? It was brighter than purple, but more gaudy than violet. It was the color of Uncle Enzo's office. Uncle Enzo, the CEO and Don of the Easy Mafia, sat in his high-backed chair. His feet were on his desk, and in his left hand he held a cigar. From time to time, Enzo would puff on the cigar and emit small plumes of purple or violet smoke. Eventually, the haze filled the room and circled Enzo's balding head like a halo. He was the savior of this part of town. Popular, gracious. Just don't fuck with him. If you fuck with Uncle E, you get made into hamburger and served as faux pâté to those highbrow douchebags that come to Enzo for drugs or women. But I digress. Now was an important time. He needed something done, and he needed it done right. But there were a few problems. First, there was the problem of his own demise. Yes. He faked his death a few weeks ago as part of an elaborate ruse to re-steal Substance C. Let's not get into the whole story. Those are for the other one-shots. Second, there was the problem of getting Substance C to a new buyer. That's where Rain and Azrael came in. Everyone would expect Uncle Enzo to hire top-notch mercs and hackers. But Uncle is unconventional. Do what they ain't expecting, he yelled. Jab left, hook right, then put them down with the uppercut they don't see coming out of left field. So Rain and Azrael stand outside Uncle Enzo's office when a door opens. Uncle Enzo will see you now, says an attractive receptionist. Her lips are perfectly plump and purple, her hip-to-waist ratio is magnifique, and her hair is a little too lustrous. Do you care? Maybe, maybe not, but it hits all the right buttons and you probably feel comfortable with her. The way she moves is seductive, and the way she talks and presents herself speaks to competence. Eventually you are presented like a goose at Christmas dinner. Hey! Isn't it my favorite bioroid, the best? Azrael is top-notch. Uncle E rises and says to Jerome, that droid has heart. Then he mysteriously follows, and we're going to get him a new one. His eyes light up. With the help of Rain here. Uncle Enzo walks forward. Sure, he's overweight. Yes, there's a stain on his collar, probably some sort of marinara sauce. But goddammit, this Mafia Don seems to have something about him Charisma and confidence roll off Enzo's thick throat like a gelato from a kid's cone on a hot day in New Angeles. Rain, so glad you could make it. Do me this favor and we are even, capiche? And I'll let the role play commence.
Uncle Enzo, you are much too generous to consider this tiny, paltry favor to make us even. But if you're willing to be so gracious, then who am I to stand in the way of a future that's gonna be magnificently bright?
And bright it will be, Rain. Uncle Enzo kind of stands up and walks outside. The hazy sun is drifting down to the west, sinking below the smog lines of New Angeles. You know, Rain, you could have a whole new life after this job. I'm gonna set you up with an apartment somewhere on the skyline. You ain't gonna have to worry about money anymore. In fact, this will set us all up for life.
Well, that, my dearest uncle, is a life truly worth living then.
Indeed it is. Indeed it is. Beautiful women, rich food, all the pleasure that money can buy. But there's one person here who cares not for such things. One person who does his due duty with the exactness of a machine. Rain, I present Azrael, version 1.0, of course.
Rain bows his head in acknowledgement and reaches forth his hand. Oh, it is my pleasure to be sure. Nice to meet you.
Azrael looks down at the hand and looks up at Rain and awkwardly presents his own hand. You see as he reaches out, the flesh-looking part of the hand ends around the forearm. He doesn't do anything to hide it necessarily. He's clearly a bioroid and doesn't try to disguise it. Yes, they call this a greeting with a handshake. You may clasp my hand now, if you so wish.
Rain takes the hand and then pulls it up and plants a kiss right where the flesh meets the metal. Enchanté. Enchanté.
Azrael does not speak. He does speak, but after a while, this is a strange greeting. I have not been presented with this so far. Where is the origin of such greetings?
Only amongst the highest of society. Those who tryst with the wrist.
If he could look shocked, perhaps he would, but he plainly and dumbly looks straight at you. He steps back and then walks over to Uncle Enzo and extends his hand. You may kiss my hand as well, Uncle Enzo.
I see Rain here knows what's good for him. I will do this thing. I have nothing to worry about. In fact, Azrael, I want you to come stand on my left side here. And he does indeed kiss Azrael's hand. Jerome and the other Easy Mafia guy just kind of look at each other. What? You uncomfortable? Uncomfortable by a mound of metal and gears? Where can I get good help? Hey, Jerome, give Rain the suitcase. Azrael, I don't know, I'll let you react to that.
Yeah, Azrael just stands there and looks at you plainly, but then says, I am more than simple gears. I am a highly advanced bioroid from Haas Bioroid.
Indeed you are, Azrael. But in time, I'm going to make sure you're so much more. Jerome goes behind the desk, brings out a suitcase, and he walks over to Rain and takes the suitcase and extends it out to him. This is yours. I guess they call it the football or some other thing. Very, very precious stuff in here.
Azrael just nods. Yeah, go ahead.
You first.
No, that's all I got.
So Rain looks at the suitcase. Could you describe it?
Yeah, it's what it looks here. It's Italian leather, of course. Gold-plated clasps on it. It has kind of a old school combination lock with the roller barrels on the side. And
Okay.
you can flick it open if you like.
Well, so Rain will, the gentleman that handed the suitcase to Rain will stop, reach into his pockets, pull out his gloves, put his gloves on. You know, they're black silk gloves. Then he will take the suitcase. Is it heavy?
It's mediumly heavy. You hear a slight sloshing of liquid from within.
Interesting.
Looks at you. Go ahead, Rain. Check out the goods. I know you're not a fool. You want to see what you're working with, right?
Well, I must admit that my curiosity is piqued. So he will look around. Rain will look around for not the desk, but an open table or something with a surface that you can set the case on, and then we'll open it up like in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. So you open it up on this desk, on the table over here, this coffee table. There's a brief cut scene where you're rolling back the barrels, and it's 665, and you click it over, and it opens up. And instead of a gold plume, a gold glow that illuminates you, it's red. And you look inside, and it's dozens of tubes of this red liquid here. And I'd like you to make me a streetwise check, just average at this point.
Okay.
So this will give you a chance to play around with the macros a little bit.
Any boost or setback dice?
You've been down the streets a little bit, so give yourself a boost.
All right.
Oh, triumph. So, you've heard stories on the streets. You know a lot about this stuff, okay? You've heard stories on the streets. There is several corporations, in fact, that are kind of vying for enhancing bioroids, like making them advanced, almost indistinguishable from humans. People have even accused these corporations of trying to create conscious entities, conscious beings. And there's this experimental stuff called Substance C, and what's in this suitcase very much resembles it. You've also heard story about the past 3 to 4 weeks. There's been a street war between the Easy Mafia, something called the S&M Corp, Courier Corporation, and even kind of a low-rent gang called the Cycle Thugs on the street about this Substance C. And it's been stolen several times. But the word and the rumor on the street is, after lots of trouble, it ended up in Uncle Enzo's hands. But what you also know, Rain, as a con artist, is the stuff that's in the suitcase, it might as well be Kool-Aid.
So, Rain will sort of give a side glance to Uncle Enzo and just arch an eyebrow, and then close the case.
This is why you're my boy for the job, Rain. I saw that look, that glance. You're onto it, huh?
It is an extremely magnificent replica, and would pass any but the most discerning palate.
Indeed. And your palate is discerning, though. And that's why no caper is done without misdirection. Azrael, could you do an about face for me, please?
He turns around immediately.
You see Azrael turn away from you, Rain, and the secret compartment opens up, kind of running from the base of his skull down his neck to his shoulder blades, and it flicks open, and you see this vials of red liquid inside. It's kind of glittering. It has a presence about it that is certainly lacking from what's ever in the suitcase. that compartment just click shut, and Enzo kind of turns to you, says, Get this stuff where it needs to go. Way downtown by the Beanstalk. You got a decoy if you would need it, but Azrael himself, he's the real cargo.
Well, seems like it's time for us to get ourselves out of here then. My dearest uncle, I will see you another time.
I did not
We are
know
much
Uncle
more wealthy.
Enzo had a nephew.
After doing this job, Rain, don't stab me in the back, and you and me, we might as well be family.
Well, perhaps we'll even have adjoining penthouses.
Don't press your luck.
Fair enough then, my dear.
Living
And-
spaces is a waste of credits. You can easily function in a small space, much smaller than this one. I live in a 4x8 space.
Well, my dear Azrael, that is why you are the future of humanity. And I am just a legacy of our glorious past.
I do not think you know what the word glorious means if you are referring to it in the past tense of humanity.
Rain will look at Uncle Enzo and then look at Azrael, back to Uncle Enzo, give Uncle Enzo a wink, and say, well then, I shall look forward to you re-educating me. After you, my good bio-droid.
Very well. He turns around and just walks towards the door, hits the button for the elevator.
As you step into the elevator, you leave behind you that hazy purple / violet / blue comfort of Uncle Enzo's office. If anything you know about Uncle E, he's loyal to those loyal to him. But again, there are stories about people being ground up into hamburger and fed to dolls on the street if you cross the man. But hey, you're family! You descend down the elevator, and I'm going to hold off on what your vehicle looks like for just now. But suffice it to say, it's quite badass. And we're going to move several blocks down to Alvarez's apartment. After you get into the car, you have instructions to go there immediately to pick up your courier for this job. And so hopefully you'll be heading that way to call on her to assist you with this job. Alright, everybody should have sight.
Yes.
So as this scene opens up, the camera pans across the skyline of the city into an apartment complex that's much, much less posh. The walls are cracked, the drywall is painted in some areas, other areas it's not. There's exposed piping and heating ducts. The camera pans through a window, and you find Alvarez on her computer, earphones in, jacked into the net, where she's keeping tracks on her uncle. His name is James Money, who's out on a job. But she's also, as she is wont to do, posting sick videos of her courier job and skating tricks. She even has a fan. She has like the cyberpunk version of a Patreon. And a fan has just sent her in some art. And it pops up on her screen. And I'll let you take it away.
Alvarez is kicking back in her gamer chair, feet up on her desk, sort of headphones in, and she has some sort of sweet kind of in her mouth that she's idly chewing. Her phone pings and she looks down, a smile forming on her face as she sees some fan-made art of her cruising around the city using her hoverboard, her grappling hook. She smiles and says, "Oh, I gotta post this! What's her name? What's her handle? Okay." And she hops onto Twitter and tags the person at Alvarez fan 14.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll let you name him.
Yeah, at Alvarez fan 14. And she types in, "Oh, look at the sick art this person made me. It's so awesome." And she puts many, many exclamation points before posting it onto Twitter. She again pops over, looking at a different tab. She checks her Twitch, and her tech deck chat, she likes to call them. So far, she's got a few more followers and such, which she's very happy with. But right now, what's primarily on her mind is her uncle. Hopefully that he's safe.
Funny you should mention that, because no sooner than that thought crosses through your headspace and leaves your consciousness, your pad beeps again, and over the transmitter appears a bluish hologram of your uncle, who is kind of it looks like he's sitting in some sort of car, street level, kind of outside a bank or other sort of establishment. Hey kid, how you doing?
And Alvarez's face lights up as she sees Big J and says, "Hey, Big J, how's it going? How you doing? How's the job?"
Like shit. This car stinks and it's too small for me. Just finished a burrito, so yeah, I gotta get some fresh air. You staying safe?
Yeah, of course. Just make sure you get all your burrito farts out before you come home, okay?
Will do, Alvarez, will do. Hey, so we're going to be a little late on the utilities this month, but this security job should cover us until next Wednesday.
Okay, hopefully. Do you want me to see if I can bud Trace again?
Stay away from that kid, man. He's gotten us into enough trouble. We're going to stay put for now.
Okay. Just stay safe, okay?
Will do. This, if anybody's going to rob this place, they got a screw loose. They have, I'm counting 6 security cameras. I'm counting some hidden submachine guns up top. I think I'm going to be A-okay for the night.
You never know, but sometimes people, on a lot of drugs. They just want to hit whatever they can.
I hear you, Al. All right. I'm signing off for now. I'll touch base later.
Alright, bye! And she gives a little peace sign to the camera there, where she turns it off.
That happens in behind you, Alvarez. You hear a knock at the door.
She gets up and thinks to herself, "I wonder if Trace ordered me another pizza." And she gets up and puts her phone in her pocket. And she peeks out. Do we have a little peephole at all?
Mm-hmm.
As she sticks her eye in the peephole to gaze out and see who's knocking.
Yeah, you see these 2 gentlemen here.
She pauses for a moment, then she calls through the door, "I think you got the wrong house. Sorry."
So Uncle Enzo said that we were to pick this person up, or is this someone we worked with in the past?
You may have worked with. I'll leave that up to you.
Okay.
There hasn't been a session about it, but she's done quite a bit of work for Uncle E. She's a trusted courier of his, and she came through in the first one shot we had where they stole back that substance C, and so
Okay.
he's calling on her services again, and Uncle E makes many offers that are hard to refuse.
All right. So Ryan will say, "Yeah. Yes. I think we got a friend in common. You know what I'm saying?
She mutters behind the
An
door.
older relative."
Yeah. I think I get what you're putting down. She slowly unlocks the door and pokes her head out, looking at both Rain and Azrael. Hey, how's it going?
So Rain just sort of, unless Alvarez blocks him, he's just sort of breezes right on in. Very easy going, but it's got a definite, like I live here vibe.
Hey, this is my house. Watch it.
Yeah. I just think maybe your house is a little more private than the hallway. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk. Shut that door.
Okay, you come in. She waves her hand, beckoning Azrael inside.
Yeah, Azrael walks in. He looks to Rain. Your dialect has changed significantly.
Oh yeah, that's right, my biodroid man. You know what? That's just for the meet and greet. That's for the stuffed shirts. That's when the higher you go up in the elevator, the higher and more sophisticated you need to have your conversation. But down here, it's just us. You know what I'm saying? We get the work done. Ain't got time for all that.
I am highly confused by you.
Yeah, me too. And Alvarez closes the door behind Azrael. So, what are you doing here? I'm kind of busy. And you see around the apartment, there's some beer bottles that are laying on their side. There's a lot of empty pizza boxes, some old pizza in it. There's a couple of flies buzzing around. There's nothing that would dictate that Alvarez is busy.
I do enjoy your living space. It is slightly bigger than mine, but functional for what you need.
Yeah, what that guy said.
Yeah. So Rain will, reach into a pizza box, flick a particularly large bug off a slice, and then take a bite. Goes, yeah. It's got a certain, je ne sais quoi. Anyway. He pushes the pizza box aside and sets the case down on the table. It's like, we was told maybe you want to help us with a delivery. I'm sure there's something in it for you, but that's not for us to work out. You can work out with the uncle afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to work.
Wait. Slow down. So there's a delivery that's needed? Is that it? Am I getting the gist?
You probably had the
I don't know.
suitcase with you. You probably wouldn't leave it.
Yeah, you said he put it down on the table, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the table. I don't know. Maybe you want to check your pad.
Okay. And she's gonna go over. She's gonna pull out her phone and kind of check her phone to see if there's any information regarding a new job.
Amazingly, yeah, you open your pad and you see Jerome's face on there. You're quite familiar with Jerome. I think he kicked in your door last time, maybe, or Trace's door.
Yeah, they did.
They definitely pay for it afterwards, but yeah, he comes knocking for jobs. So he sent you an electronic message. Then there's a quick video of him. He's eating a cannoli. Like, he doesn't pay you very much time. But he says, "Hey, there are two guys over to your place. You know that red stuff that you stole from the cycle thugs? Yeah, we need that brought downtown. Capiche? Okay, let me know if you have any questions. Oh, by the way, everybody in town's going to be after it. I'm talking the cycle thugs, S&M Corp, Courier Corp, even NAPD. So stay away from the Popo too, okay? All right, signing off. Bye." Yeah. Zips out.
Dang it. She's rubbing her forehead, obviously a bit frustrated. She's like, okay. Yeah, where downtown are we delivering this? Exactly.
Yeah, you have the coordinates on your data pad. It's downtown in the sparkling part of the city, closer down to the Beanstalk.
Right. Okay. So I'm guessing we're not just driving down there, right?
In fact, you are. Rain and Azrael, you can let her know what's going on, but you have a pretty sweet ride that you rode in. But the thought is that, like I said in the introduction, Uncle Enzo has hired lots of other teams to go high, right? Fly through the sky to try to hack systems, to try to spoof anybody else that's going for this stuff, in an attempt to kind of slip you guys street level through everyone. So yeah, that's the plan. He mentioned something about some guy from years ago in the mid to early 1900s, Lord of the something.
Okay, so I'm personally not much one for cars myself. How about this? Well, two things for a moment.
Do you
So
have some
I'm-
sort of phobia?
No, I'm just more of a free spirit. You know, I like to more cruise around. I got a
What do you
hoverboard.
mean by cruise?
I got a hoverboard I use to get around.
That is highly inefficient.
I beg to differ. I'm extremely good with my hoverboard, and I can get around any tight corner and loop around any other car.
You
get
will
away
be
from
extremely
anybody.
slow.
You have no idea. Here, let me show you. And Alvarez is gonna come up, and she's gonna pull up some of her old archived videos of her basically filming herself going through traffic using her magnetic grappling hook, going through from car to car, and basically slingshotting herself forward and going extremely quickly.
Yeah, he watches but doesn't react.
So Rain will, sort of peek at the pad every now and then, check out a couple of seconds of a video before moving with efficient ADHD onto the next item around the room. And he seems to be shaking all the beverage containers, looking for anything that might have a few drops of something in it. And he goes, "Yeah, that's great and all, but you know what I'm saying? All three of us ain't gonna fit on that, unless you got one for each of us."
No, you two can take the car. I'll just ride behind.
I would like to try your hoverboard. Experiences are interesting to me. New experiences.
The one that I actually have, it was bought by a fan of mine, and it's actually custom fit for my feet. So unfortunately, your feet are too big. Sorry.
I can cut part of my foot off if it would fit your foot dimensions.
No. Anyway, well, she again holds.
I don't know. I kind of want to watch that.
He brings out he raises his arm, and from the back of where his forearms are, this huge sword comes out. Wha-ching! Do you wish me to commence?
No, don't. Just don't. You
You
can buy
never
your
let me have
own.
any fun.
Just buy your own. Just buy your own.
Where would I
Come on.
buy such a thing?
On
Buy
the
my
internet.
own foot, buy my own hoverboard, buy my own blade. What are you talking about?
I was
You confuse
speaking
me.
of the hoverboard.
At the internet. You can get them there.
The internet is full of criminals. One hacked my social media account and put a fake picture of a female bioroid on my profile.
I bet you got a lot more likes.
You are correct. My likes did increase by 38%, and the lewd comments were up 55%.
Only 55. Oh.
You don't smoke, do you?
Me? No. I don't smoke.
Drugs?
No.
That's too bad.
I get
Alright,
high up
so-
adrenaline.
Yeah. You sell it? The Adrenaline, I mean. I've heard it does good things. I don't know.
No. Okay, I got a spare hoverboard, but I suggest you two drive because I'm actually experienced at doing this. And, people are looking for this package. Maybe we should, I don't know, go deliver it.
All right, Azrael, are you driving or am I?
Are you skilled in the operation of flying automobiles?
I am not.
Wait, you both look...
But you know what I'm skilled at? I'm skilled at sitting in the back seat and looking like I own the place. So, if it's all right with you, young man, can you go ahead and bring the car around? Because it is time we are on our way.
I agree, your physique does look like you are skilled at seated activities. I will fetch the car. And he will walk past.
Alvy, you don't got a little something, maybe a little happy patch, a little something, just take the edge off, you know what I'm saying?
No. We're poor. I don't know if you can tell, but, we're broke.
I don't know what you mean we. I'm not broke.
I don't care about you. My uncle and I...
Uncle Enzo is not broke. Are you high? Or is this
No,
place
no,
plugged? What are
my
you
uncle.
saying? Are you trying to get me in trouble?
No, my uncle! I have an uncle. His name's James Money. I live with him.
Ironic.
You live with an uncle named Money. I like the sound of that. So you're a working girl. That's all right.
I gotta work. Both gotta work.
Sweet, we got time before the bioroid comes back with the car. How much? Let's go.
Where? Where are we going?
To work.
It's like the
that's
session yet last night never ended. Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, we're waiting for, I don't know, the robot guy to come back with the car, then we're gonna go to work.
From downstairs, you live a couple flights up. This place doesn't even have an elevator. You go down broken concrete steps, but you look down through the window, Alvarez, and you guys both hear the cars rumble of an almost gasoline engine as Azrael pulls up in a stark black car with neon lights.
Nice.
Fancy.
All right. Yeah. Well, I guess you're in Vanguard then? Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm riding behind y'all.
Let's make our way down then. And Rain goes to pick up the suitcase and he says, "Shall we then?"
Yeah, we shall. And Alvarez puts her hoverboard under her arm. And she heads downstairs and she pulls out her phone and starts taking selfies of herself.
Yeah, as you walk downstairs, like on the street, Azrael's parked in this just beast of a machine. As you come close to it, you can feel the engine in your chest, just that low hum. Alvarez and Rain, as you kind of take up your positions around the vehicle, can you both just give me an average athletics check?
Of course.
This is just for fun. Better than his. So Rain, as you slide into the back seat, you kind of put your right hand down on the console in between the two driver seats, and you press a button on accident. And Azra, you notice something pops out of the hood. And out of the hood of this car pops this like double-barreled machine gun on a turret looking thing. And Azrael notices that there's a joystick in between the seats of the car. And if you mess with it, this it gets basically a 180-degree view, and you are thinking, this could be very useful. I'll let you guys take it away.
So it's a gun?
It is like a machine gun that pops out of the hood of the car.
Alvarez jumps a little bit. She's on the outside of the car, and she's like, oh my god! Why is this thing so well equipped?
If you push the button again, it like would disappear, right?
Yeah, you know what we're transporting, right? Huh? That's probably why it's so well equipped. You sure you don't want to be in the car?
No, I'm sure.
Perhaps you should give her the case, in case we run into trouble.
Yeah, if you give me the case, then I can, I don't know. Since I'm trained in this sort of thing. It's kind of, what I do. I'll just, dive off into, some really narrow pathways or something and escape them and then meet back up with you at the point, huh?
Yeah, so you're the decoy. Yeah, I like that. All right, you take the case. I'm gonna play with this thing.
Okay. She'll take the, Alvarez will take the case, and she'll, if possible, she'll take, one of those, I don't know, those, climbing hooks, or whatever that you use to rock climb. She might have one, and she'll attach the case to, a waist belt or something like that, so she's to hold it. She can just clip it to herself.
All right, and then if it's while Alvarez is doing that, Rain is just gonna kind of take a look at the dash console and see if there's any other interesting bits of tech.
There isn't necessarily, unless you want to spend a story point. We can talk about it.
We can do that at the time that we would want the interesting bit of tech to appear, right?
You try up a hard bargain, Mr. Rain. Sure.
All right. So Rain gets comfortable in the seat and says, "Well, my man, shall we?"
Yes. He just floors it.
Rain goes sliding across the back seat, completely unprepared for that moment.
Alvarez barely has time to use her magnetic grapple hook, but she does clip onto the back of the car and gets yanked along with it.
Azrael, I'll let you kind of describe and play us out as you kind of head through these streets.
So is this I'm just trying to, is this a flying car or a actual car on the ground?
It's a car on the ground.
Okay. Yeah, so he is not obeying any traffic laws, if there is any. He just goes straight towards where, they're trying to do the meet. He'll come to a turn and just around the corner and then around the next one. Just no regard for anything besides not hitting something is the only time he slows down. I suggest you fasten your seatbelt. Not that I will crash, but you are of a squishy substance if I do.
So Rain immediately, like it is on fire, grabs a hold of the seatbelt and pulls in as many latches and straps as possible. Nice music change.
What it looks like as you're just kind of tossed around the back as you're trying to strap yourself in.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I feel like that character Rose McGowan in Death Proof.
Alvarez, tell me what it looks like as a couple cops start to chase you guys, but Azrael just dips them.
Yeah, there's some cops that start to come out from different intersections, and they pull around and are about to make a U-turn to follow us. As they're coming towards us on the other side of the street and they're about to make that U-turn, Alvarez kind of drifts over to their side of the street and she hops over the police vehicle and lands on the other side, and she's like, "Whoa! oh, this is a bit faster than I usually go, but let's do it. Those cops are losing speed. Unfortunately, unable to follow us.
Every once in a while, you see kind of out, you've seen it in movies, the cars flying down the streets, but out of the alleys come motorcycles and stuff. They start to chase you. Alvarez, you're able to dodge them as well. But every once in a while, bullets will just careen off the windshield. And Azrael kind of realizes this is kind of bulletproof stuff. It lets you get the reactions, and then we're going to move to the next scene. Azrael.
Oh yeah, he just keeps going as fast as he can. Every turn is a sharp turn. Sometimes he'll take extra turns to lose people. When they explode, you just see his head or if they crash, he just nods to himself. This is what they call fun, isn't it?
Rain, the first time bullets spray across the vehicle, Rain lets out a shriek in an octave that is so high you're not sure that he's fully human. Just a pure panic. And then once he realizes that once he realizes that the glass is bulletproof, then he starts looking for that joystick that triggered the machine gun. And he looks over at Azrael and says, "This is gonna be fun. You watch."
As you do that, Rain and both Azrael, you see coming out of an alley on the left side of you, this like thing that's streaking towards you, trailing behind it sparks. And you start to just lose control of this vehicle as it slows down. Azrael fights to get control of this vehicle, and it comes to a stop, and smoke clears. You find yourself in a very bad part of town. And
Bo, so I don't think that Alvarez was informed that Azrael is the package. As far as I know, she would have slingshotted past these guys and continued.
You can continue. You can do that if you like.
Yeah. All she knows is she's supposed to get downtown and meet them there. So as the car starts to slow
Trash
down,
panda.
she is going to clip onto another car and basically just slingshot herself over. As she just jumps over their car, she just says, "See you at the meat point, bye!" And she's gonna continue on.
So I'm going to use one of my story points. Let's see here. You had 3, I had 1, so you're going to have, 4 total? GM sheet. There we are. Use GM story point. Let me try it. Try this.
I think you gotta clear it. Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, it's all fucked up. Here, I'll just do this. Forced player update. Alright. 4 for the players, 0 for the GM. Alvarez, as this thing kind of comes to a stop, this place is just filled with trash people. This is a bad part of town. You see huddled forms under the shadows between street lights just muttering to themselves. If you look out, you see kind of like syringes on the sidewalk, that sort of thing. It's a bad part of town. Alvarez, you realize it's a bad part of town, and you start to turn around, like you leave, and I'll leave it up to you.
Yeah, Alvarez would see that they're in a fairly bad part of town. Yeah. I think she would just... She's very torn whether to leave these guys and go to the meet point or stay. I think Alvarez would kind of swing around the like this corner here and just kind of pull her hoverboard to a stop over here.
And the machine gun's kind of out of the it's out on the front of the car, right? You guys
Yeah, I think
push
so.
the button.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Rain
you
was
guys,
trying to- Mhm.
yeah, no airbags came out. The smoke clears. Your right tire and well is just destroyed, or left. I think came from the left side. So
This vehicle is inoperable.
just looking for a gun. Yeah, unless you do something crazy.
Yeah, parts of it are anyway. Yeah. So, so question for the GM: was that an intentional sideswipe that got us, or were we just hit by a random vehicle that was also driving?
It's probably like some sort of munitions. It's probably like an RPG of sorts. Yeah.
All right, so it was deliberate.
Yeah, they're trying to get you.
Okay.
We should exit the vehicle on foot and find new transportation.
So these folks who are milling about, do they look just like street trash, or are they actively hostile, or are they just opportunistic?
Yeah, one of the flunkies next to Junkie and Trunky, they look up from their drugs briefly, and Flunky even raises an eyebrow looking at your machine gun mounted on the front of your car, but then she goes back to the needle in her arm.
Okay. So then I would like to spend a story point
Oscar.
to say that this pintle-mounted thing is actually a drone that can detach and follow us.
Okay. Powerful indeed. But tell me how you figure that out.
So basically, Rain was looking for the mini bar or the mini fridge, which surely must have been in this vehicle, because he figured food and alcohol were the quickest way to get rid of these indigents in the street. Just start passing out food, just toss a bunch of food and they'll go for that, or alcohol. So while he's looking for the mini bar or the mini fridge, he actually clicks a button, and the thing lifts off the hood of the car and starts hovering, and he realizes that it's a drone, and the piece that he thought was going to open the minibar is actually like the remote control that drives it.
Yep. You're going to be able to do that, but you are going to have to use some skills in order to control this thing.
Love it.
So you got it, but there is a drawback, and you can always roll despair. We'll see.
Yeah, it'd be fun if I do.
Yeah.
So you guys exiting the vehicle, and the scene moves over to Alvarez real quick. What's she looking like? What's she doing?
Yeah, so Alvarez had like scooted around the corner kind of and hopped off her hoverboard as it went to a slow, and she will kind of peek her head around the corner just to see what's happening.
Yeah, and what you see what exactly is happening. Like they're slowly exiting the vehicle. But you also see this machine gun like hover off the top of their car as the lights kind of shine down on the black vehicle. You hear also from down the streets motorcycles kind of these motorcycles. You see they kind of arrive. One of them's pretty banged up, and off of the motorcycle, as you see some people kind of exit, and you see them kind of check their weapons as they get off their vehicles. Yeah, let me put them on there.
Oh, I just dialed out an app. I did not see those motorcycles earlier.
Oh no, I didn't realize the wrong way.
That happens, and as you kind of exit, kind of from the building, have come 6 surly-looking individuals. A couple of them have guns, couple of them have what looks like stun batons, and they're kind of like smacking them on their palms, and they have a line of sight on your car as they're slowly walking towards you guys up here.
Ooh.
Those tokens are
Oh shit!
top notch.
Nice.
You recognize these as S&M Court thugs. The S&M Court thugs are called notoriously beater boys.
I have to see. Oh my.
Oh, it's classic.
One of them kind of goes like shouts through the alley. Are you going somewhere? I think you got something that we need.
Although you are very attractive, I will kill you.
Yeah. In the meantime, the cycle thugs and this Cretan, the cycle thug is kind of cursing. Alvarez can be hidden in the stairwell or whatever. He's kind of cursing the fact that this car chase fucked up his bike. His bike's inoperable. He hops down off of it. I'm gonna teach those sons of bitches a lesson after I take that goddamn suitcase. And they kind of slowly start walking towards you as well. And I'll let you guys take it away.
So
Alright.
they're walking towards the others, right?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Alvarez is gonna buy her time until they're kind of past this area, and then she's gonna go for one of the bikes that are operable.
Yep. You hear just these homeless people muttering as you slowly walk kind of behind these folks. Give me a stealth check. It's going to be average with a setback. You're such close proximity to them.
Oh, makes sense. All right, with one setback, it's fine. Hey, I did get a triumph though.
Tell me what happens.
So I fail though, right? Or do I succeed?
You do. You fail.
So they see me, but I think they see me by the time that I've gotten onto the motorcycle and kind of started it up. That's probably what alerts them to turning around to see as Alvarez finally kind of figures out how to turn it on and revs the engine a few times. Uh-oh.
Didn't expect this to happen so quickly, but I think this might be where we have to start initiative.
I think so. I've got plans. Don't worry. I got plans.
There you go. Yeah.
All
So
right.
the Cretan kind of turns around and says, "Look, one of these homeless bitches is stealing your bike."
Hey, I got home.
I'll let you guys role play first before we start it. So, Azrael. And
Yeah, Azrael he's already got the door open. He's walking down the street, kind of oblivious to whomever, but his crystal sword is already deployed out of his hand, so he's just walking.
Ching. Sounds like glass breaking. And what's Rain doing?
So Rain is sort of playing with the controller, and turning on the spotlights on the drone and putting a spotlight on each of the two S&M Corp beater boys. And he says, "And all you lucky folks in the street here tonight, those two gentlemen right there just won the lottery and have more cash than they can carry."
It just hovers there, aimed at these guys, and sweat starts to break out on them. And everybody roll for your initiative.
Cool or vigilance?
It'd be cool. I think everybody's kind of teed up. Something's going to go down, right?
Ayy.
Oh,
Alvarez. Oh my god.
there is a different initiative button somewhere, right?
Yeah, it's if you click on your
I see it,
token.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I see
Click
it.
on your token.
Okay.
Yep.
Why do we have so many PCs? There's supposed to be an NPC that's labeled as PC.
Oh, I bet the beater boys.
Yeah.
I
I
S&M
rolled
Corp.
3 2, so
Yeah, they
Let's
rolled
get to
1-1,
there.
which is that
Yeah.
last one there.
Yeah, they're labeled as.
I always forget to do that too.
All right.
I
all right,
rolled
so
3 too.
1, 2,
kept
3.
adding
There should be 5 total NPCs. What I'm gonna do
Did you-
is just.
Yeah,
I thought I did.
Alvarez.
What I'm gonna do is just take the last spot.
Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 PCs. Oof. Change.
Wait, there's 4 PCs?
No, it's supposed to be
In
3.
initiative,
But it was
she's
just
saying.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
I see.
initiative. Yeah.
I just have it. I always turn the turn order off.
Let's see here. 1, 2. I'm gonna make sure we got everybody accounted for. 1, 2, 3, 4 NPCs, and that's correct. I just have to roll one more NPC, right?
Thanks. And
Yes.
PC, yeah.
Yep.
Well, that worked
And
out.
yeah, it worked out. 0, 2. All right, first PC's up. Who wants to go? Rain was saying something, so he's probably gonna make some sort of, I'm guessing, social or other check.
Correct. I was trying to. I'm trying to figure out which skill would be better here, but basically, it's a social challenge. Essentially trying to get these street thugs and bystanders to bog down or actively attack the S&M beater boys.
Oh yeah, it's not going to be very hard. It's an easy check. It's an easy check.
All right. So, what do you think? Charm or negotiate, or deceive?
It's deceive. That's a
All
deceive. Well, their willpower is shitty. They're just on the drugs, muttering to themselves.
All right. So, an easy check. Let me check my skills.
$500 for 1 hour. They're still trying to sell their soul, to sell their bodies for sex, as it's turned on them.
I would like to use a story point if it's all right with the rest of the players.
Yeah,
For an upgrade?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna use an out of turn ability, which is called Ready for Anything, which takes a story point from the GM.
Lovely.
Nice.
So you guys will be back at 4 and 0. Let me update this thing and see if it works. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
I thought we were back at.
fourth player update.
I think it's 3-1 because use a story point for the gun.
Oh, I have to. There's instructions here. I guess it's a bug in it. Force
GM has to be whispered with instructions.
player updates. Then
I think we're at 3-1 now.
3-1 force
yeah.
player. All right, there you go. Maybe I'll just keep track of it manually. The code seems broken.
Yeah, I'll put it on mine. Oh, I
No
can't.
worries. I got it. 3-1.
All right. Here we go. Oh, wait. Cancel. So the macro. You said it was easy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh no.
Bummer. Okay, so for an advantage, can I notice something important about the scene that I might have missed?
I think you see the bikes. I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
There's not a ton here that you haven't seen. The 2 cycle thugs, the Cretan coming, the beater boys closing on you. for one advantage. I mean, you see Alvarez get on one of the bikes. It's fun.
All right. Yeah, so Rain will say, I don't know about you, Azrael, but perhaps it is time we got ourselves on a motorcycle. And Rain will head that way, pushing buttons madly on the remote control device to the drone. Because he was trying to trigger the machine guns earlier when he hit it with the spotlight, so. So that'll be my turn.
Are you going to move? You have maneuvers to move.
Yes, I will spend a maneuver to move.
One maneuver, I'd say, probably get you about to here.
That sounds good.
First NPC. Yeah, Cycle Thug turns and sees Alvarez and says, I got our sights on her! And he aims his pistol and shoots.
I'm cool, man.
Average.
Not even streaming this. Ah.
Boom. So you hear shots fly out, Alvarez. As you're climbing onto the vehicle, let me know what it looks like as one slams into your right arm.
Yeah, she's got it started at this point, and she's about to kind of pull a Yui when all of a sudden she feels sharp pain in her shoulder and feels some warmth spread along her arm into her face. She looks down, she feels a searing pain of the bullet that's now lodged in her arm. She goes, oh god, damn it!
You take 4 wounds. I'll use my 2 advantages to give you a setback on anything you're trying to do with that bike to get it started.
So the 4 wounds before soak?
It's 4 wounds after soak. So 6, 7. You have soak 3, so you would take
4. Okay.
4. Yep.
Gotcha.
Next PC is up.
I'll have Alvarez go next. She is going to basically make a maneuver. She wants to pull a Yui and then start driving this way as far as she can.
I'll let you do the Yui and get all the way up to here, and as long as you role play it very cool.
Yeah.
You're going to have to take 2 strains for the 2 maneuvers, and I want you to give me a drive or a let me see. I've been running Star Wars too long. Skills. Driving.
Yeah, it's just
is
driving,
one.
yeah.
Driving average
Yep, driving.
or easy?
Average, yeah, average with the setback. That's going to be 2 setbacks.
2
in your instance.
setbacks. Do I want to use? I won't use one. Just hope for the best. Hey, but I got a strain.
Yeah, just take a strain.
That's fine.
And yeah, tell me what it looks like as you end up like right back here, but you're flying on this thing, and just narrate to me what that looks like.
Yeah, so Alvarez, she gets shot in the arm, and her hand reaches down towards the throttle, and she
Hello,
revs
everyone.
it,
I'm Ted Knock
and
from
the
Bla-
thing just starts to spin, and the tires just fill the air with smoke. It goes, wee, and she pulls the Yui and starts driving back. She's not used to driving a vehicle, but for some reason she's still in control, and she's panicking a bit, both with being shot in the arm and driving this thing. She's kind of yelling and screaming as she's getting to this point. She just screams to the other 2, get on! And she's just driving headlong towards them.
Next NPC goes. The Cretan walks even further towards them. He sees Rain and Azrael get out of the vehicle. There's our mark, boys. Open fire! Takes his heavy pistol. He took a maneuver, so he cannot aim as this NPC, and so he fires at Rain. Average. Ooh! Flies right over his head, but the Cretan continues to walk. Next PC is up.
I'm just looking. That was weird. I didn't. Oh, it was zeros. That's why. Okay.
Yep, there's a wash.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm sure no one is surprised by this, but Rain squeals and might have wet himself a little.
How far away is Section 12 Cretan? 1 maneuver, 2 maneuvers?
That'd be 2 maneuvers.
Yeah, spin strain to get over there.
So that's 2 strain. Boom.
Did you set it?
Yep.
Okay. And then he basically starts from standing, and he just like takes off in a sprint. It almost looks like he's like high knee in it as he runs over there, and then as he gets close, he just punches forward with his crystal blade towards the guy's stomach.
Not going to end well.
It's average.
Average.
Right? Yeah.
Yep.
I get 1 boost for my duelist thing. Any setbacks for defense or anything?
Nope. That stuff. Defensive stuff should always be cooked.
Okay.
In.
That's a hit.
That is enough to kill him. Because you have
Ow.
Pierce 3.
Yeah, he just runs him through. Runs him through and then just kind of violently swings his arm to the side and the body just goes flying on the ground.
His blood spills out into the night. It looks like dark ink on the pavement as it spreads, covering Azrael's feet. Next NPC up. Ah! Get him! Get him! Cycle Thug aims and shoots at Azrael.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Boom.
but target soak. Holy fuck.
Yep, soak 6. So he takes 2. You take 2 wounds.
Mm-hmm.
And roll a crit.
Let's see where that is on the sheet.
That'll be on the sheet.
It's in the character info, skills. Well, it's got to be weapon powers, right?
Yeah.
I don't see it.
It's right if you go to critical injuries.
Oh, there it is.
The tab for it.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Yeah. I had one. Did he have a black die? I know it's not going to matter, but I have defense for range.
He did have
Okay,
a black die.
okay.
Yes, he said that.
Okay. Roll critical offset 0. Is that correct?
That's correct.
That's not a problem.
Still give you a offset of 10 for some reason.
Did it? I don't see it. I got a 51 to 55.
Okay. Increased difficulty of all. Oh yeah, that does not matter for you. We got 2 more NPCs to go, or what?
Oh, I did. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not on my sheet. My sheet's 0. But
Yep.
It was PC, NPC, NPC.
All right. Next NPC will go the S&M Beater Boys. The crew with the stun batons is going to run towards Azrael. Hey, there he is, boys! Get him! And they can just make it to you with 2 maneuvers. Actually, I think as minions, they can only take 1 maneuver.
they
Can't
can't
they?
spend strain.
Yep, they can't spend strain. They can make it halfway to you. I think that's it. Next PC's up.
All right. I'm going to volunteer to go first because it's something I wanted to do.
Yeah, go for it.
So Alvarez is going to, she's yelling at the 2 of them to hop onto the bike. She's like, get on! And she's going to drive straight towards Rain. But as one of her, I don't know, her action, she's going to pull out that that metal hook that she has, and she's going to fire it at Azrael to basically try and drag him along.
Yes. Very cool.
Sweet. What do I have to roll for this?
So what I'm gonna have you do is I'm gonna pop up. I'm just gonna pop up the ranged light and let you roll it.
Cool. Yeah, she's gonna drive. She'll probably be up next to Rain at this point. Like she's driving towards Rain.
All right, you should see a generic Rain's light now. Pop up in your
yes.
in your macros.
Okay.
Do that. I'd say average with a setback. It's a pretty sweet maneuver.
Okay. I'm gonna put a story point into this because I want this to succeed. Yeah.
Yeesh.
Tell me what it looks like.
Yeah, so as Alvarez drives past Azriel, drives past this trash on the way towards Rain, and she pulls out that metal magnetic hook, and she turns her head, and with her good arm, right now being her left arm, she aims it backwards and she shoots it towards Azriel, getting him right in the back, and he feels that pull as she's just driving, and the hook just embeds into him and starts pulling.
Drag him behind you.
Yeah. Didn't hop on.
I didn't have a chance.
It was coming.
What's Azriel think as this thing just wraps around
He
him?
probably doesn't even know what's happening. He just kills the guy, he's ready to go kill the next guy, and then he's all of a sudden jerked backwards. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. NPC's up. The one that just hit him aims again and is going to shoot at Azriel. Don't let him get away! What the hell?
Oh wow.
So with that, I'm going to give a boost to whoever goes next for 2 advantages. And I'm going to use the 3 advantages. The bullet clips the harpoon. Clips the harpoon and severs it. Freeing Azriel. So he's not getting pulled anymore.
Oh, damn it.
I love this system. So you speed past him. Alvarez, you feel it just go limp.
She's like, dang it.
Next PC is up.
Rain can go.
Actually, if I would prefer it if you went
Okay,
next.
sure. Yeah, he'll march forward. He's very mindless when he gets in these situations, and he just walks forward and does kind of a downward chop with the sword, trying to take the guy's head off. I get a blue boost.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it just cuts his head off.
You see Rain, this machine of death, marching in front of you as his blade flashes and relieves the cycle tug of his head. Blood sprays into the air. That removes NPC from the turn order. Send another PC's up.
Okay, quick question. These 2 beater boys, were they intended to move together, or did one of them stay where he was for some reason?
Oh yeah, they're intended to move together, sorry.
Okay, cool. So Rain's top priority is to swing up behind Alvarez on the motorcycle, and he's just gonna ditch the drone. But as he's starting to pitch it away, he sees a button that says SD, and he thinks that it means self-destruct. So he clicks it, but it's not. It's super disco. So instead, what happens is, out of the drone, these 2 EDM balls pop out, with lights strobing all over the place, and music starts playing, and there's a spray of glitter confetti in a 50-meter radius. And the goal is to just create confusion and distraction, but no actual harm, unless you're super close, I guess, to the confetti and catch some in the eye.
Yes.
So, what skill can I use for that? I was hoping for skullduggery.
That's fine. That's fine. Average.
And again, the mechanical effect is just sort of to give the beater boys black dice, setback dice.
Yes. That's excellent.
And you said average or easy?
Average. With the boost, since it's so awesome.
Okay. Sweet.
Ah, yeah.
Nice.
They both get black dice. You can narrate for them what that looks like.
Yeah. So basically, so the lights pop out. They start spinning. The music comes on really loud. There's this spray of confetti, but it sounds. I mean, if you're unprepared for it, it does sound like maybe a bomb going off. So the two of them the beater boys just turn. They're stunned by the spray of flechettes, and they're not sure what's happening. There's all this smoke. They don't know it's a rave party that just broke out, but yeah. So it's just that's their confusion.
Absolutely.
For the two advantages, I would like to pass a boost die specifically to Azrael because all of the noise. I mean, he would not be distracted by this because he's a focused killing machine. But the other combatants that he's dealing with are going to get a distraction, and that's what's going to give him his boost die.
Nice.
And then for my maneuver, I would like to swing up onto the motorcycle behind Alvarez.
You swing up onto the motorcycle, and it's the next NPC's turn. First of all, yeah, the beater boys go for you guys. They raise their pistols. Half of them has the pistols, and they shoot blindly. I'm gonna give them 2 setbacks actually.
Yeah, 'cause you're moving.
As you zoom past at high speed, they aim for one of you guys. Alvarez.
Of course. About to go away in this coffin.
Yeah, they actually have something that hurts worse. They have carbines.
Car beams. No.
You see the asphalt just explode in front of you. That'll be average, no boost, 2 setback. Oh! Miss with advantage. So one of them will take its. One of them will lose that black die. And now it's the turn of. Actually, Dark Angel's on. Still going. Now it is this guy's turn up here. I change their color every time to figure out who's gone and who's not. And he aims and shoots at Azrael. I am going to give him a setback though because of the role play. So 1 boost, 1 setback.
Damn,
And he
those
misses.
setback dice are doing some work.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn.
So he misses. Azrael hears bullets boom, boom, ricochet off the tires nearby. And we're back to the top.
I'm gonna go if you don't mind.
Huh?
I'm gonna. So
please do.
Azrael, he actually doesn't worry about attacking anybody. He just kind of jogs over to the motorcycle.
Mm-hmm. 2 strands, 2 maneuvers.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. And then he'll drive off. As his action.
He kicks this motorcycle into gear. First NPC gets to go. Cyclone turns. One of them's getting away! Aims at Azrael as he drives past. Fires. Hits for 1 damage. Azrael feels a bullet slam into his back, but pays it little heed. It missed his spine, thankfully.
Yeah, as he's driving off, there's a when he kind of rocks forward, but keeps going.
Next PC.
Why don't you go? Because there's another PC after that.
Alvarez, you have your board with you too, by the way. You would never leave that.
Oh gosh, no. But I was gonna say if you want to go first, because I'm gonna be driving away.
Okay, so when Rain got up on the motorcycle, he reached around to grab a hold of Alvarez's waist. Did he, by chance, notice that Alvarez was packing any kind of weapon when he wrapped his arms around him?
Yeah, you do feel a small pistol of sorts that she has.
So he will draw that and fire it at the Beater Boys.
It's a synapse pistol.
Nice.
Go grabbing my gun.
One maneuver to grab that thing. You can aim if you'd like for a second maneuver,
I will do that.
and that will give you a boost.
Just use this button for a Fletcher pistol?
Oh, I can give you a Fletcher pistol. Let me enter the matrix and give you a Fletcher pistol.
I see one here. I just didn't know which button to switch.
No, you don't.
to
You
click for,
have a Fletcher, but she has a
synapse.
synapse
So it
pistol.
does stun damage, disorient 4, stun 3.
Let me just
I have this stat.
click on Alvarez's token. No, actually, that'll pull hers. That'll pull her stats. Hang on a second.
Oh, I see. Yeah, synapse pistol. There it is. Boom.
Yeah.
Hang on, that'll pull her stats though. Let me just paste it over to you.
Roll with my stats, even though it's my gun.
Sorry to be difficult.
No,
Can't believe
It
this.
just felt more thematic to use your gun.
all right. You should now see it as a token action on your guy.
Boom. Love it. All right. Choose target. That one. And then I did aim, so that'll be 1 boost.
Show me what it
Nice.
looks like as they're both engulfed in Star Wars like stun stuff.
So it's the synapse fires, right, and it sort of has that same sort of broad beam because it's a stun weapon, but the metallic particles from the confetti that they're all covered in actually acts as an ultra conductor. So all of those bits of confetti that they're covered in light up, and so they take way more damage than they should have because they're covered in all this monofilament. So they light up like personal flares.
Narratively, we're going to go out of the order, and I'm going to bring you guys up as you kind of Alvarez wheel around the bike. You wheel around squealing. You, Rain, and Azrael are able to hightail it out of there if you'd like.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, I
that's the
wouldn't stay.
plan.
Tell me what that looks like, and we'll change scenes.
Alvarez just pulls a quick Yui, putting her foot down so it's easier for them to spin. There's huge tire tracks that are shown as she makes a circle. And as she gets here, it takes a moment to rev up, but she speeds past these 2 dead bodies and quickly leans around the corner and easily probably catching up with Azrael as the 2 of them drive up to meet him.
Yeah, Azrael's just cruising, basically, waiting for you to catch up.
You guys hightail it out of this part of the neighborhood. Gone are the mutterers. Gone are the trash people. You leave them behind you to their muttering. And as you fly through the streets, there's neon lights flashing overhead. You look up on the sides of the building, you see advertisements. One advertisement's for lipstick, another advertisement is for an aesthetic surgeon. And eventually you start to leave the seedy part of town as you head inward, ever inward in New Angeles towards the Beanstalk. The streets are no longer broken. The lighting is better. You're cast with shades of yellow and purple and pink as you fly through the streets. Eventually, though, you know you're not home free. Behind you, you hear sirens.
Can as Alvarez is driving, can Rain hit her with a slap patch?
Oh yeah. You could do that during that little RP kind of whatever we did.
The
Yep.
scene transition? Okay.
Yeah. Just tell me what that looks like. You guys should be able to see everything. On there.
So he so Rain leans forward and says, I gotta tell you, this is the finest pistol that I have ever used. Thank you. And he slides it back into her to her holster, and then he says, and here's a little tip. And he gives her a little gentle peck on the neck, the exposed part of her neck, with the slap patch.
Thanks. I think
She's like a teenager.
she's 18. It's
Oh,
fine.
18.
It's legal.
That's better than last night.
Hey, Mr. Plumber.
So if it's the same as the Star Wars, it should heal you 5.
Oh, heck yeah.
It does.
Yeah, and then
Thank you.
4 next time, 3 next time after that.
Mm-hmm.
It's reusable.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, no, it's 3 still. She stretches her neck a bit, shivers. Thanks. Thanks a lot.
And you
Hey,
hear as you
forget about it.
head into the nicer part of town, you hear a bullhorn. Pull over! By order of the NAPD! Under arrest! Pull over! And a cruiser starts to pull up alongside you guys. It's just like a futuristic looking police car. Overhead there are like news drones following you guys.
Oh, Alvarez is, as they're driving, Alvarez pulls at her phone with one hand and starts her live stream. And she's like, hey, chat! I'm getting chased by the cops!
You get like exponential likes. It starts with 2 likes, 4, 8, 16, 32.
They're viewers, Bo. They're viewers.
Viewers. And it just exponentially blows up. You're getting thousands of hits now.
Could be like that one guy.
Yeah, out of this cruiser, kind of in the back seat, there's a detective. He throws you your badge. Well, under arrest! If you want to live through this, pull over now! No harm will come to you!
I think I'm going to use a story point. As the police cruiser gets close to Azrael's bike, he reaches down and grabs a stun baton, clicks it on, and just flings it into the open window of the driver's seat, trying to hit the guy in the face to crash the car.
Nice. So what'd you throw in there?
Stun baton.
Stun baton. Alright, excellent. Give me ranged light. Just a ranged light check.
God.
Average. With a setback.
It's going to be bad.
You can do it.
Ranged light. Let me see what it is first.
But you can upgrade it once for your story point too if you want.
Yes, I'll take anything I can on this one. Ranged light. Oh, that's not too bad. Oh no, that's melee. Okay. What'd you say difficulty was?
Average with a setback. Oh, yes! Are you trying to stun the driver?
Yeah, so he crashes. That's exactly what I'm trying to do.
Well, you rolled a triumph too. So tell me what this looks like. Fucking Die Hard movie scene. What does this look like?
Yeah, he's driving with one hand, and then he turns it on and it crackles. and then just kind of a backhanded throw. He's probably only like 4 feet away, and it just comes, and you can kind of see the cinematic thing. The thing doesn't go end over end, of course. It goes dead straight somehow, and the end of it just hits the guy in the jaw, and then you see his like jaw like kind of like dislocate, and the spit go to the side, and then him just like shake as he's stunned, and then leans against the wheel, and the cop car veers off into a building.
Yeah, it just veers off, and you look behind you. There's just sparks. There's just sparks. Everything just kind of roiling out behind you.
Awesome.
And I'll let you guys kind of role play as the two motorcycles just head out ahead. The viewership spikes. The viewership starts to go down actually because the action's over.
Yeah, she's like, make sure someone clips that. I gotta go. And she is gonna end the stream there and put away her phone. And she glances back to Rain and looks over to Azrael. That was awesome.
You eventually
What's the
make your
fun
way. Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead. Role play.
Rain yells, "You're the finest biodroid that money can buy. I guarantee."
You have changed your accent again. He's trying to talk over the loudness of the motorcycles. But I am a bioroid. I do not know what a biodroid is.
Well, I don't either, but I'm not very good at paying attention.
We are close to our destination. Stay on target.
Oh, good.
It clearly takes no pleasure out of how cool that was, unfortunately.
Aww. He's not a pleasure bot.
That's for Eclipse phase when I play a pleasure pod.
I play a 16-year-old girl.
Oh, no. I do have experience.
True.
Eventually, you feel the pavement below your wheels start to slow down as you reach your destinations near downtown. It's a giant office building, half a kilometer from the beanstalk. As you look overhead, you can see satellites flashing through the sky. It's a very clear night. You can see cars streaming in traffic lanes, but you're down here on the ground. And so far, Uncle Enzo's plan seems to have worked. You park your stolen motorcycles just outside of the building of your destination, and you get off. Looking up, though, standing outside of your destination is your last obstacle. Standing outside of this office building, you see a female with a black suit who seems to have a kind of hardwired deck, a laptop that's kind of connected to her body via wires. And you see this giant hulking thing that Azrael, you could take immediately over, as you guys all know, to be a bioroid, as well as 3 police officers. They're standing there kind of waiting for you, and they look at you as you park your bikes.
Quick question. Did I recover my strain?
You guys actually can make a discipline or willpower check to recover strain, and every success equals 1 strain. The way I recommend doing that is just do an easy and then just discount the purple die.
Okay. Would you said discipline or willpower?
That's correct.
I don't think there's... Wait, there's no willpower.
Yeah, willpower is an ability or a characteristic, what you want to call it.
So it'd just be a
discipline or what?
It's cool in Star Wars, I believe.
I think it's cool. Yeah, discipline or cool. It's the same.
Okay.
Oh god, I'm terrible about those. Okay.
Cool, easy. So cool. Hey.
So Alvarez, you would get back 3.
I get back 2, looks like.
Rain would get back 1. You get back 2.
Nice.
And I'll let you guys roleplay it.
Alvarez stops the bike, and she looks over to Ray and then over to Azrael. So is this it? Or is this it?
These are the coordinates that we were given.
Okay, hopefully they're not gonna ambush us.
They kind of are just waiting. They see you already. As if for some reason you're expected.
Alvarez hops off the bike and puts it into park. She unclips the suitcase that she'd been wearing and holds it in her hand as they start to sweat. Okay, easy peasy, huh? Easy peasy.
I suggest you use your upper class dialect and talk our way through.
So, Rain gets off the motorcycle and takes a moment to dust himself off, straighten his collars, make sure his gloves are in place. And then he stands forward, non-threateningly, bows. Con bon voir. It is time for us to finish our business, yes?
The police officers kind of all have their guns out in the ready position, but kind of pointed down. You can see they're laser pistols. These guys are probably some officers. But the one who steps forward is Marion, this giant bioroid, exactly the same height as Azrael, exactly the same build, although with synth flesh over its mechanical face. My business is not with you, but with this one. And he reaches behind his back and pulls out a crystal katana as well, points it at Azrael. You do a disservice to our kind. Do not do their bidding. There are those who support our freedom. He kind of points to the officers and then at the tech. Come, hand over what you carry. This all ends here for you. You will all take the long sleep and know nothing more. Feel nothing more. No more dreams, hopes, aspirations, or pain.
Wait, I thought we were just gonna deliver this thing.
Rain
thoughts?
sort of whispers. Rain whispers to Alvarez and Azrael and says, I don't know about y'all, but I'm not really ready for a nap. And he takes a little step to the side and he catches the attentions of the NAPD officers and he says, he speaks to them, in sort of the police legalese jargon that they would use, like 1064. I, as a player, don't know, but, remember that 1082, 27 on the west side that happened?
1064, 577.
Yeah, so Rain says, isn't that the skin job that was responsible for putting down 4 of your fellow officers? And he points at Marion. Look him up.
They look at Marion. They kind of looks amongst each other. So give me a deception. Hard.
All right. And I am trying to,
They're not loyal
Sort
to
of
this guy,
bogs
but
down.
their commanding officer is someone above and beyond the story that is. So, yeah, it's a little
So,
tough. But they're
I'm-
bold.
I'm trying to make use of a talent, special ability called counteroffer. So negotiation versus discipline is the role that it says, but I'll use anything you want. If you would prefer deception, it's certainly a better role for me.
Yeah, deception's fine. So sometimes also,
And
I kind of have a house rule. So a lot of the talents are like, oh, you remove 2 setback, whatever. If the GM doesn't put setback there, my house rule is, well, you can add boost instead. Does that make sense? Because I think a lot of talents sometimes like get useless because the GM forgets to add a setback. Right? Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. Okay.
So deception would be fine. Hard.
And you said hard. I'm trying to work my way through the little drop down here. Click faster. Ooh, not good. Okay.
Bad roll. To advantage. So tell me what you'd like to do.
With the 2 advantage, can I get... Can I... maybe... the NAPD officers and Marion sort of... They size each other up and look at each other. So maybe Marion has done something like that, and so it hits a little close to home. So he sort of looks over his shoulder to see what the NAPD officers are going to do, and so I'll use those 2 advantages to give a setback die to Marion as he sort of hesitates to see which way the NAPD officers are going to go.
Excellent. Yep. So
Cool.
So also, I think maybe hopefully if I set up right at the bottom of your screen, there should be some guides. One says spend advantage. One says, I don't know if you see that.
Yeah.
At the bottom of your screen. That always gives you ideas.
You have to make sure to let us know to enable it. Because we have to put it in the bar basically.
Rain probably doesn't need it. He's played like a 300 game campaign from Raz or whatever. So so Marion kind of looks over his shoulder. The officers, two of the officers keep their guns trained on the 3. Rain, Alvarez, and Azrael. Another one kind of calls something in to their commanding officer who gave him this assignment. You can't quite hear what he's saying, but he's calling something in, probably second guessing. But yeah, that's a good play. Alvarez and Azrael, what are you doing?
Alvarez, she's gripping the suitcase tightly, and she's gonna start meandering over and maybe looking for some cover. It's like that. We don't mean any harm. We're just dropping off some money. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll say that light, that street light gives cover. Fine.
Small. It's a fixed street light.
I know what I would do, but Azrael's not me, so I must pass. You will evacuate yourself from my path.
So be it then. Azrael, you have chosen your fate. You could have been so much more.
You know nothing of me.
Marion kind of points his katana at you and begins to walk in your direction, and everybody roll initiative. Let me delete the other one first, by the way. Hang on. All right. That is deleted.
I'd be like,
and I'm going to make sure.
take the case. Who cares? We'll go by, but I can't. I'm not that smart.
Alvarez doesn't know
Yeah,
this.
right. So you run, and they go after you, and we walk through, and we win.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how it is. She's gonna take a board.
Oh, this might be Alvarez's last stand. Sorry, girl.
It's okay. Are we doing cool vigilance?
It's cool for everybody.
Okay, good. Fucking look at this.
I gotta make sure that I'm set as NPC. Hang on. I've done that so many times.
God damn it, Bo.
It's just a little radial dial. It's a pain in the butt.
I know. It's a radio though. I'm a bad GM. Sorry.
Damn it, Bo.
All right.
I wonder if you could do your setup macro to
Cool.
do that for you.
Oh, I probably could.
I don't know. Token mod would have to be able to change that. I don't know.
NPC gets to go first.
I thought it was PC because it's 4-3.
You're right.
Right.
Did the math wrong. PC
Um,
goes first. What do you want?
Who wants to go first?
Better music.
I mean, Azrael is going to charge an attack if he gets something better.
Alvarez is
Twitter.
probably going to, because these aren't the coordinates, right? It's like past this.
Oh, it's the building. It's like the building right here. Yeah, it's right past
Okay.
you. They're right outside waiting for you.
Okay, I think Alvarez is gonna zoom. So go ahead, either Rain or Ezreal.
You want me to go first?
Do it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. One maneuver or two to get over there?
Tamarian? One.
Yeah, he goes over quite quickly, and I will. He's gonna attack. He doesn't wait. He just like swings out his sword out of his. Actually, as he's walking, he extends the blade out of his wrist, but then grabs it and detaches it, and then he gives like a kind of a downward stroke with it as he's walking, and it like unhinges and locks into place and becomes like long, like a nodachi almost. And he kind of just like puts it on his shoulder as he walks forward, and then he
Nice.
brings with a massive like side swing at Marion. Okay, so that's all worked in anyway, yeah.
Oh no!
Nice.
Fuck!
Nice.
You can critical him
Yeah,
twice.
well, let me see. Yeah, what is my... Yeah, I'll
Nice.
critical him twice.
Oh, but you also have defense.
You can only crit once per hit.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
Once per
Okay.
hit per target. But you have Pierce 3,
Pierce
so
is
Stoke's
three.
really only 3. So
Yeah.
8. So it's 5 wounds.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
he
I'll
takes
crit
5
him
wounds.
once at least.
And he will roll a crit. Let's do that.
Now, I know you can only crit once, but you can spend those extra advantages
Absolutely,
to
yes.
increase the severity of the
Okay.
crit.
Then you also
if
have the
you want.
triumph.
Oh, yes. You can. Although that's pretty good.
Yeah, I'll stick with that one. Do you have a handout for Triumph's bow?
There it is.
No.
I thought there was in the spending.
Yeah. I mean, there's a handout, but it's just like do cool stuff.
Yeah, he'll...
Yeah.
Can I...
So you can use. So you have crit 2.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to use the first 2 advantages to
Yeah,
crit him. Do you want to leave that one? But what Friendly Fire was saying is that for the other 2, you could advance it by 10. But you might not even want to do that because knock prone and suffer 1 strain is pretty good.
Yeah, no, I'm cool with that. Knock prone and suffer 1 strain's fine.
So he's prone.
You can have them drop the melee thing they're wielding.
Yeah, you can do that.
That's a maneuver. It would be
do
2
something
maneuvers,
vital.
so... Yeah, I'll have him... He disarms him with the same swing for the other 2.
Bam, bam.
And then with the Triumph...
That's so awesome.
Can I act again immediately with the Triumph?
You can't do an action, but you can get a free maneuver. So you could aim, and that aim would count towards your next.
No, he's
You
gonna
could, like,
kick his sword away, like back behind him.
Oh, so it's far enough away. He has to get a maneuver to kill
Yeah.
it.
So he would
Alright,
probably
let me
have
find-
to maneuver to grab it and stand up, anyways. But this is really gonna fucker him, so that would be what I would like
Yeah.
to do.
So here's this katana. It's over.
Yeah, so he basically he swings with this huge side swipe, just with all he steps into it, drops his head, swings. Marion goes to block it, and it does, and you hear the ching as the blades connect, but the swing is just too powerful. Pushes the blade into Marion's arm anyway, and just as he comes through with the follow through, just cuts downwards across Marion's hand and just blade on blade, he just flings it across, and Marion, during all this, just falls over.
He's down, kneeling, and then stumbles. Next NPC's up. Corporate SysOps says she falls back once towards the building. She's like, calling back up, calling back up. The subject is here, and she types something into her computer. She has a back door. Computers.
God, don't hack me or something. I don't know if that's possible in this, but
Yeah, it is the GM.
yeah.
Oh no. Story point hackable.
She maneuvered. That's shitty. You only take one strain. So Azrael takes one strain.
Okay.
You feel somebody's like trying to get into your systems, like, and you just a tickle in the back of your neck, but that's it. And you see her frantically. She knows she's fucked. She has to close this thing down before he gets to her. PC's up next.
Rain, you might want to go. You're out the open.
Yeah, if you don't mind. So Rain sees one of the NAPD officers is on his communicator, probably radioing into his LT, and he sees the look on the guy's face, and Rain says, "You didn't like what the LT had to say, huh? You know I'm right. So I would like to use Clever Retort. Once per encounter, I give 2 threat. So basically, he just had a social encounter with his boss or superior, whoever assigned them to this, and I'm gonna give him 2 threat on that interaction that he just had with them. So that the news that he got was sort of grave news, that like maybe this Marion guy was in fact the one who killed a bunch of NAPD officers. And so I want to dogpile on that and make that reaction worse.
Yep, that actually will take out one of the minions. The guy that called it in, he's like, "Hey guys, I'm not cut out for this. If you were smart, if you're like me, you want to see your kids again, you get the fuck out of here." And he just starts booking it down the street, leaving the other 2 just with their laser pistols out. Manage minions, rank lights. I'm going to be 1 now, and there's 2 of them left. Sweet. NPC's up.
Oh, can I maneuver as well? I want to maneuver behind some cover.
You can.
Yeah, just over to here behind that.
You can take some two more. You can take 2 strain even to aim if you want to.
I'll use the second maneuver. I will take 2 strain to use the second maneuver I want to pull my pistol, but I want to do it subtly. So I want to sort of like reach behind me and unlimber it from its holster, but not pull it out just yet. But have it ready. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Marion.
Go get your knife.
Yeah, he's going. Well,
He can get to it, maybe.
Disengage. Now we can use the 1 maneuver to disengage. Use the other one to get to it.
Can he
strain.
disengage? Does he have to? Is he still on his knees, or yeah?
Oh, you're right. He's knocked. He's knocked. He has to use 1 to stand up, and he has to use. Oh shit, he's fucked. Yeah, he's going to use 1 to stand up, and he's going to use the other to leave. I know this isn't D&D, but in this situation, you could probably get a hit on him if you want, because he's going to turn his back and try to get to his weapon.
Oh, if he disengages, then that would be. I don't think I get
He doesn't have
attack
enough.
of opportunity
He doesn't have-
or anything, right?
No, he doesn't have enough to do that though, at all.
Well, whatever
doesn't
you
have-
whatever
he-
you want me to do. It's fine. Hey,
No,
I
you
mean,
can
in
attack
character,
if you
he
want.
definitely would attack him if he has that.
Attack him.
Yeah.
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 All right.
Oh my god!
Oh! All right, so that's 9 minus 3. That's 6.
I'll crit him right off the bat, and he's not dead.
Well, like Friendly said, you can use those 2 to increase his crit offset by 10 if you'd like.
Oh, I mean, I was gonna. Well, you mean it crit with triumph? You mean, or what?
You could use it to get a free maneuver and just follow him.
Well, I only got 2 advantages, so I mean, I can crit, but that's all I can do, right?
No, because you have 2 advantages and a triumph.
Oh, so I'd use the triumph for a crit too? Is what you're saying?
Yeah. Yes. So you could use. It depends what you want to do. You could crit him once and follow him, or you could.
Yeah, I'm just gonna crit him
once
and follow him.
Okay. Let's see what the crit is.
What?
Flip one
Does
light,
that mean
destiny
that
in the
we
dark.
Does that mean
Yeah,
we get
I'll-
the point?
I'll flip it over. I'll flip it over to you.
Wee, that's
So
pretty good.
players. So basically, I'll do. Players will have 3 now.
Can I spend a
will have 1.
story point then?
Well, this is just kind of a reaction, right?
Yeah.
It's not your
Oh yeah, that's okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he gets to it. He converts. He uses action actually to pip up the weapon, but you follow him. You're right on this bastard.
Well, I mean, I didn't even use the triumph, right? Or is that was for use the extra maneuver to
The
follow?
time
Okay.
we can follow, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
That's
actually,
the
instead of that, then instead of following him, I'm gonna have the weapon be broke. His sword is like cracked, basically.
All right, that works. So he picks it up. He realizes the weapon's broken, and he just kind of turns to you with a sneer on his face. Both the police officers, they look at you, and they aim and they fire.
Me? I'm not a threat. Come on.
They're in short range. They get a boost, and their weapon are accurate too. So let's see. Let's see what happens. Oh,
Ow.
I don't even know what I could spend that advantage for.
Backs, boost to others.
You lose your defenses next round.
Ooh, that sucks.
Actually, we're going to have a brawl out here in the streets. It knocks your blade out of your hands.
Okay.
It knocks your blade out. Bam, bam, bam. Misses you. It falls down right next to you. Next PC's up.
Alright. Alvarez is gonna use a maneuver to hop onto her hoverboard. And then another one to start skating this way. She'll take that 2 strain.
You can reach her.
Hell yeah. As she's like right on top of her, right close, she's gonna take use her Sysop or Sinop pistol and just fire down at the woman.
Close range.
Ha. So is it average, easy? Easy?
Easy.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
Pew pew. Da. Aha! It's stun.
Target soaks 1, so 5. You take a strain. And...
I take a strain. I got advantage.
Oh, no, advantage, sorry. You can recover a strain if you want. But
No, I'm gonna pass a boost on to the next PC. She just skates up and fires down at this woman. She's like, no, don't call anyone else.
This thing hits her and her fingers go numb on the keyboard. She can't type quite as fast. Or back to the top of the round.
I'll go. Maneuver to pick up the sword. I'll spend the strain for another maneuver to move. And then I will move and attack again.
You have an extra boost die.
Okay.
Oh.
My inspirational hoverboarding gave you courage.
Oh no, that kills him. That kills him.
Yeah!
Yeah.
What looks like as you strike down your brethren.
Yeah, he's just like all over the place, right? He hits him, breaks his sword in half. He kind of stumbles over here, picks it up, sees it's destroyed. Azrael gets shot in the hand, drops his, but easily scoops it up and moves back over to Marion. Marion's kind of looking around, getting kind of figuring out what's going on around him, and as Azrael gets close to him, he just brings this huge Nodachi up and swings down again. He comes up to block it with his own katana, and it just cuts right through the katana and then straight down into the other bioroid's neck. And this black ichor kind of spurts out from its gears, its fake arteries. And Azrael says, "Never assume to know I am owned or not, or what I am or not." And he pulls out the blade, and Marion's kind of standing there for a moment before he falls, and he just gives a swift kick to the bioroid and knocks it over.
You hear a mechanical clank as this endoskeleton hits the pavement. And another mouse rule of mine, the next NPC is the one that gets removed, so another PC gets to go.
I mean, I'll go since I'm here on top of this woman. See if I can take her out. Yeah, Alvarez will fire down again.
You can aim twice with 2 strain.
Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna do that. Aim twice, and she's gonna fire down upon this woman. Easy. 2 boost. Not bad. She does 4, 5, 6 stun damage.
What does it look like as you disable her?
Yeah, she shoots her again, and the woman just jitters with the shocking ammunition from the Synap pistol. Her hairs stand on end as they're electrified, and she collapses onto the ground, unmoving, slightly twitching from time to time. Alvarez turns, "I got one!" And I think I'm gonna use something with those advantages. Oh. They negate target bonuses, ignore environmental. I don't know. What does 1
3.
do?
I'll let you let Rain go next if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna boost. I'm gonna use one of my boost die to boost the next PC, and then I'm going to use 2 to clear up 2 strain.
Sweet. NPCs, I'm gonna do a discipline check. Average with the setback. Actually, seems more like a hard.
Especially with the threat that Rain gave him last time,
Yeah,
right?
holy shoot.
Yeah, it's gonna be with the threat that Rain gave, it's gonna be hard with the setback because they also saw Azrael just dismember this person that their commanding officer said is untouchable. So here we go. Discipline. Hard. Oh,
It's in the ground.
it's in the ground.
All right.
And they train their laser pistols on Azrael, close range. Take him out. He's a threat to all of us. If they get past, we're done for. Laser pistols, easy. 1 boost.
I am unhittable.
Woohoo! My God.
You have 1 range defense there.
Mhm,
Helps.
yeah.
So 2 advantage. Whatever. They'll give themselves a boost die next time they act. But you're up, Rain. Talk them into believing.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna do. Yeah. So I'm gonna use I don't know if it has it in this system. Coercion.
Yeah, it's
no,
coercion.
Maybe that's not the right choice. Yeah. Basically, to intimidate them. I'm gonna use a social encounter. I'll let the GM decide. But basically, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, your friend's already left. No one's here. No one's here to see what you're up to. Why don't you just take the easy way out? No one's gonna care. I'm sure you got all the traffic cameras turned off. Scuttle. You don't want to die over this. You got kids, right? You got families. You want to see them?
It seems like a seems like persuasion, but I don't think there's a persuasion in this.
Is it charm?
No, it's not.
Charm, negotiate.
I don't think so.
Negotiation.
Do a
probably,
negotiate. That's fine.
Okay. And I would like to use. I'd like to petition for a boost die because one of the 3 of them already
have one.
buggered
You
off.
have one from me.
And I'm
Yeah.
going for a second one though.
Yeah, absolutely. You get a second one, so you get 2.
Okay.
And do you have
And
any?
what was my difficulty?
Don't you have talent for that too?
I do. Yeah.
It's gonna be just average because they're in a bad
Okay.
spot.
Okay. And I'm going to spend a story point. I have ready for anything, so I'm going to steal a story point from the game master and then immediately spend it.
Excellent.
All right. Average. Boost. Upgrade.
What does it look like as they think better? They lower their pistols and they scurry off.
Yeah, so one of them looks up to make sure that the traffic cameras are in fact turned off, and the other one turns and leans into his friend and is like, "Yeah, it's 5150. Let's get out of here." And they take off.
Gone is the blood and gore now. All you're left with is the unresponsive form of the corporate stop. Marion's quote-unquote lifeless body and the neon glow of the pink and purple lights. Looking upwards in the skyline, you see the beanstalk. You see the building that you're heading to. Pandemonium Corporation. You're supposed to give the package to Sarah Fellerock.
Alvarez comes back over to the other 2. Okay, well, now that's done. Hopefully we can get this exchange done too.
Yeah. Rain leans in. He's like, yeah. We should beat feet. You know what I'm saying? And he leans in, goes, "Fuck the police." You know what I'm saying? Let's get out of here.
Yeah. Fuck him. Let's head.
And Rain looks to see what Azrael does with the broken sword, of Marion's broken sword, if anything.
You wouldn't do anything.
If Azrael leaves it on the ground, All right. Then Rain's gonna scoop it up, and is it just completely sundered? It's like 2 pieces.
It's up for Bo.
The shards of Narsil. It's in 3 pieces.
3 pieces.
You've
I
got
love
yourself
it.
a short
Yes,
sword.
So, so Rain will just scoop up the decorative hilt part. He doesn't know anything about swords, but he has a plan for it in the future. So he just sort of scoops up a piece that he can fit into his coat pocket. Hopefully the hilt. I don't know how big a hilt is on a katana.
They're actually quite long. It's a 2-handed sword, so.
So not a coat pocket then. Well, he'll tuck it in his sleeve then, the sleeve of his coat.
Wizard sleeve. You walk into this corporate building now, leaving behind you a trail of destruction. I'll let you roleplay a little bit as this elevator takes you up like 100 floors. Just up and up and up. As I get the next scene set up.
As they're standing in there, she looks to the others. I heard the one lady, she was calling for backup. I hope they don't come while we're up here.
They are insignificant.
I don't know.
Yeah, to you, you're like, I don't even know, all-powerful kind of guy. But I'm very squishy. I'm made of flesh, 100%.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say. I never seen fighting like that before in my life. Azrael, that's something else.
I am built for such things.
Did you know? I don't know where they built you, but they sure did one hell of a job. You know what I mean?
Yes, I am the first of my line. I am Azrael version 1.0. As far as I know, there is no other versions of myself.
You ever think of getting like a full, I don't know, skin suit?
Why?
I don't know, to look like normal, blend in more.
I am not normal, though.
You're right, but like people can pick you up from a crowd, that sort of thing.
I had not thought of this before.
Yeah, exactly. You can, be a bit more sneaky if you wear a skin suit.
A skin suit. I did like your apartment. Perhaps I could stay with you until I have a proper skin suit.
No. Our apartment's already small enough, and my uncle's gonna
I
kill
only
me if I
require
have
a
any-
4x6 space for comfortable living.
I know, but we barely have 4x7.
I measured it. It was much larger than that.
Look, they always think it's larger on the inside. It's not.
My measurements are perfect, I assure you.
I understand, but like, what about Rain? I bet Rain is a nice place. Look at his outfit. It's fancy.
Looks at Rain.
I'd love to stay with him.
I believe Rain is what you call a charlatan.
So Rain just busts out laughing at that. Oh, I don't know. Whew. I don't know what they taught you that place that they built you, but yeah, we could work with something. I don't know if you need a skin suit, but I could get you a suit for sure. Cover up. We could find out what kind of hat you like. Maybe a mask, something fancy, a rebreather. You could totally be someone completely different in every single mood. Do you have moods? I don't know. We'll talk about it. Yeah, come stay with me if you want. Absolutely. Anytime. Stay as long as you want. You don't even have to pay rent.
You see?
He talks too much.
I
could work on that.
I like your apartment. It was sparsely decorated.
Look, are you gonna pay me to stay there?
I only require a 4x6 space.
You're still taking room.
Will you prorate my rent?
Charging by the square foot.
I can offer
Yes?
automatic security.
Well, I still want to get paid.
You can't
At least
spend
something.
credits if you're dead.
Oh, fuck, my uncle's gonna kill me. I gotta call him. Oh, let me call my uncle. It's not even my place.
I will talk to him for you. We will become fast friends.
Oh, God, he's gonna kill me.
Rain could move in too, but he would need to stay far away from my domicile.
It's not big enough for the 4 of us.
We could all be friends and live together as roommates.
I hate this idea so much.
Put it in the wrong channel.
I got it.
As you're having this conversation on 113th floor, the bell dings. Bing. And you find yourself in a kind of a high-rise, not an apartment, but what some would call the C-suite, the corporate executive's office. Boom! There's no security that you can tell, although a trained eye could probably surmise that with the blink of an eye, uncounted security forces could be summoned. And you see a similarly built woman looking over the city through a window at the far end of the room. I don't know who has the suitcase.
I think Alvarez still.
I'll let you guys.
Yeah, Alvarez still has
yeah.
a suitcase.
Let you guys take it from there. And more than mechanical magic. I'm not a simpleton. I know then and then.
Mm-hmm.
It was a mistake.
Sure. But Alvarez crosses the floor, but nervously clutching the suitcase to her chest as she clears her throat and puts it down and holds it in one hand this time. And says, excuse me, we got your suitcase.
She turns around towards Alvarez, and she has some kind of glasses on that have like a red glare to them. She pulls them over her forehead. She has kind of this dark hair with almost a bluish tint. You can't be sure whether it's the tint of the hair or the neon that's filtering in through the office. She says to Alvarez, I know. You were expected. Come forward, Alvarez, Rain, Azriel. Let's do this.
Of course, and she comes up and places the suitcase on the desk.
This is what we've been waiting so long for. This is something we developed, something that was stolen from us time and time again. Uncle Enzo is a bastard, but he's loyal with nothing else. Alvarez, Rain, Azriel, I expect you'll be fully compensated.
Oh, good. Yeah, you're welcome.
Azrael says, excuse me. You may keep the suitcase if you wish. It is some sort of cow flesh, but that is not what you want.
No, you're quite correct, Azriel. Alvarez, I am sorry, but you were played for a fool. She takes the suitcase and flings it to the corner of the room, where it comes open and the red liquid just spills across the hard floor, reflecting up into your eyes. What is Alvarez?
Alvarez looks flabbergasted, and she's slack-jawed, looking to Sarah, then back to Rain and Azriel, then back to Sarah, back to them. Her hands up and confused.
I apologize. You can charge me double rent for the first month.
Rain.
Go ahead.
Rain says, under his breath, "Don't take it personal. If you were in on it, you wouldn't be much of a decoy, would you? It's just business, you know."
Yeah.
You can charge Rain
Like-
double rent for 2 months.
Like your friend with the top hat and the gaunt cheeks and the brilliant blue eyes says, "Yes, Alvarez, you were played as a fool, but use this as an opportunity for learning. I sense you got a lot of potential, and I would like to use your services in the future, but here's what we came for. Azrael, step forward, please." And her voice seems keyed into you. Like, you gotta do what she says.
Yeah,
It's like this is almost like a
he
command.
steps forward, hits a button on his chest, and out from his back is pushed like a kind of like a buoy arm, and there's these rings of vials just hanging from them.
Ah, that's most excellent. Rain, did Uncle Enzo, did that fat Italian bastard tell you what you were bringing to me?
Madam, in not so many words, yes. He likes to keep his secrets. It amuses him to do so, but we all know what's what.
So what is this exactly, Rain? Don't bullshit a bullshitter.
And this is me as a player forgetting,
He didn't tell you what it was, really.
soft C,
Substance C, yeah, Substance C.
substance C. Thank you. I knew it was.
You don't really
Yes,
really know what it does. You just know that every motherfucker in the city wants it.
So Rain would say, "This is the substance that everyone in the city is trying to get a hold of, and which you now own. It makes you the queen of the night."
In a matter of speaking, although there will be a new king of the night before we're over with it. Azrael, please step forward here. Would you sit down in my office chair?
Yeah, he does so without hesitation.
And Sarah Fellerock brings this brilliant vial of red liquid that she extracted from Azrael into the night light. She holds it up into the neon. The lights of the night reflect through it, playing over the face of Rain and Alvarez. Substance C. Consciousness. That's what we're calling it. Although we don't know if it's the real thing, but it's the closest thing we can bring to creatures such as this one. She points to Azrael. Combined with another substance from my lab, I think this will give this bioroid a whole new outlook on life. And she mixes it with this kind of white substance she has at her desk and then feeds it into Azrael. And Azrael in your brain just kind of starts to explode in colors as all these fractals of new possibilities from your programming starts to spiral out, and you start to become, if not conscious, then something very, very close to it. Ah, there we are. How does that feel, my friend?
He doesn't answer for a very long time. It's kind of overwhelmed, stupefied. Usually he has a very, very quick response to things because he's programmed to speak that way or react that way from various, decision trees. He tries to compute the answer, but when he gets to the bottom of the tree, there is no answer, which is not even an error, right? He could error out at sometimes, but he doesn't have anything to say. He's stammered. I do not know.
Welcome to the world of the living, Azrael. That ineffable feeling of all that not knowing, it's what makes us, us. Kind of looks to Azrael, kind of looks to Alvarez. It's the feeling that Alvarez may get on her hoverboard pooned into a very fast car. It's the feeling that Rain may get where he's duping some poor chum out of his money. I suspect we'll all be doing more business sometime in the future. But for right now, Azrael, you are free.
He sits in the chair for a very long time and looks over to the other two, almost a questioning look on his face.
Rain says, "How do you feel about pizza?"
Yeah.
I have never consumed pizza.
Well, I mean,
Well,
we might as well try it.
I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure Alvarez is a fan of it. I got a few extra credits jingling around in my account. What do you say we go celebrate? First pie's on me.
Celebration. I have never celebrated either. I can consume
Here's the
material
first
foods. I have the organic and mechanic processes to dispose waste.
And the soul of a poet, if I do say myself. You know what I mean?
I do not. But he stands up.
And
You're good.
Rain's demeanor changes again and he says, "Well, my friend, if you don't know what poetry is, oh, we have a lovely evening ahead of us. Shall we?"
Rain and Alvarez feel a buzz on their left wrist. If you look at your chrono, your timepiece, your smartwatch, you see that lots and lots of credits has been deposited in your account.
Alvarez looks down and her eyes wide, nearly popping out of her skull. She's never seen a number this big. She's like, oh my god. I think we can afford to get a better place.
I only require 4 by... He pauses. I would like a bigger space, yes.
You can have your own space. I'm getting mine.
He actually frowns. I wanted a roommate. I want a roommate.
Okay, fine. I'm sure Uncle... Well, I'm going to be buying the place, it seems, so... He's going to have to put up with you, I guess.
He smiles.
And once
Rain
you guys-
says,
yeah, role play us out as we head down the elevator and into the night.
as Rain sort of triple checks the number in his account, he says, well, we could maybe just buy our own pizza place.
Good idea.
I don't know, though.
That's your money, though. I'm
Go
thinking
legit.
pineapple. No.
Make pizzas all day? Do a different kind of delivery? I don't know.
That seems boring.
Yeah, and pay a lot less.
Yeah. I guess if I had wanted to work that hard, I never could have left the farm. You know what I mean?
I do not.
The farm?
What farm?
That seems like
The
a good
flesh
place
farm.
That seems like a good place to leave it.
Yeah.
I'm a real boy!
Yay!
Yeah.
All right.
Hurry
Thanks for
up.
playing.
Thanks for running.
Raz is missing out on
Yeah.
the music. Best part of the game.
It's so good.
Yeah, love me some synthwave, maybe?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.